Hello, everyone. RPG Kim Kid here, back with another live stream of Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trial. How y'all doing today? How's your guys' week's been? It's been a week since we've been here in Final Fantasy, but I did stream on Saturday. I streamed Elden Ring. Fantastic stream. Even though I'll be honest, it felt like I really didn't do anything in that stream. Like, it didn't really feel like I did anything in that stream. Though we did, like, we made some progress, so. But it was still a nice stream. And on Thursday, I streamed the finale of Another Crab's Treasure. So, yay for that. Anyway, guys, let us start off with my intro here, guys. As y'all know, I live stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Go roughly for 3 hours, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. It kind of all depends on what goes on that day. Currently, guys, as I kind of just mentioned, I am live streaming Elden Ring every other day. So on Thursday, I will be live streaming Elden Ring. And now, since we are done with Another Crab's Treasure, I'll be live streaming only Elden Ring and Final Fantasy XIV. So on Thursday it'll be Elden Ring, on Saturday it'll be Final Fantasy XIV. And then so as such. So I'm alternating between the two and such. And of course, guys, I release video every single day at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time or at 8 a.m. if it's a day that I'm streaming. Currently, guys, we have only Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance coming out. We just had some major story developments just happen. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. We're actually getting very close to the end of the canon of Vengeance route. So yeah, although we still have quite a ways to go, if I'm being completely honest. So nothing too big to worry about there on that front. So yeah, I'm trying my best to hopefully be able to get a video out for all you guys when I'm gone for 2 weeks, to make sure that there's at least one some kind of a video out. I do have some stuff planned, but I'm pretty sure Vengeance will be wrapped up before then. So it's basically kind of like, how do I want to do this? Obviously I can go back into some Smash Bros. Still got like, I think like 7 of those, so, or maybe less than 7, I don't remember. I was like, that could be basically like a whole week right there, and then I can also just do you know, some other series I'm thinking about. So yeah, but yeah, all right, guys. So I did do some stuff off screen, not actually anything to do with my character here. I did do some dailies, not a lot, maybe like 1 or 2 of them. But I was also just focusing more so on my other jobs as well. As you can tell by my inventory, it's not almost full like it has been. I finally just decided to say, fuck it, and I got rid of a lot of shit that I was like, okay, what do I not need? I got rid of like a lot of shit from my retainers that I was like, oh, well, this is something that doesn't really matter, or it's literally something I could just get back in like 5, you know, by just doing certain things as such. Basically the stuff that you get from raids is basically what it was. So, but all right, we helped with one of the people, and now we gotta do our next one. So let's do this one. To Urquopaka. I'm waiting for what feels like days. I need enough Baruch Oov's tacos to feed an army. What is it you like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Urquopaka, we depart from the Arc of the Dawn, then take the road west at the first fort. Should we be wary of anything along the way? It's indeed the way to Urquopaka. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do have heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. Are we going to ride alpacas? I'm going to assume that's what it is. Boo, boo, boo. Experience earned through gathering is increased, and I also have experience earned through battles increased. I don't know why that is the case, but oh well. So I've been I follow people on Twitter, and one of them I follow plays 14 as well. And obviously, it kind of sucks the way I'm playing this, how I'm playing this game. I will not get to the end for quite some time, but that's fine. We go by our own pace, and they've already, I believe they've completed the main scenario of the game, and they're doing all the raid stuff that came out now and such. And the drip that comes with it, it's like, oh, that looks so cool. May I introduce to you our most dependable companion, the alpaca. These animals can traverse Urupaka's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they feel much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Erosia? Alpacas are native to York-Torol. Erosia has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in the place which ill suits its qualities and where it is not needed anywhere? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat at me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. I see. What are they like to ride? Alpacas breed as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. I love Wuk Lamat. I love Wuk Lamat. She's great. When are they doing this then? So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very useful. Even if it was one I want to hear. Good. I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should expect as such from the peril merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade. As you should know, they take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. You go. Fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third province herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but we need to ride alpacas to reach Urupaka. Then that's what we'll do.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urupaka, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Beautiful. I still need to also go around and get the...
So this is Urupaka. I've never actually been here before.
the stuff needed for the mount
air
stuff.
is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here, of all places.
Hello.
But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watrunpelo.
Truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Ooh, yummy. I love my spirits.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliolal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Watrunpelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
Wasn't there a crystal? I feel like I saw, or was it literally the top of that crystal that I think that's what it was. I saw like the top of that crystal through the thing. Alpacas. Big fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. No, that's why I have that in my head all of a sudden. This is it. Watrunpelo, home of the Pelu Pelu. Wuk Lamat should have arrived before us. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate then. The ideal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the soldiers of our budding ruler. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for adoring people, yes? Finery of our finest lady, that's right. Come, Third Promise. My well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady? I like the sound of that. Although I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Erenvel, when did you... Ah, a Shatana from far off Jaltul. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. Can't imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No, thank you. I'm no need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, of course. My shop doors are always open. They're little swindlers in a way. You were saying something about being not being easily charmed. I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Palu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrases, and unwitting customers like Wuk I Lamat fall prey to this affordable approach time and time again. The only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't push the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight in the minds of the Pelu. Let us all take Erenvel's word of caution to heart. Oh God. Please, no one bring Estinian here. Estinian is not allowed into this village or anywhere near Pelu people. Right, Pelu is the name of the people, but you know what I mean. Estinian is not to be trifled with here. Ah, the Ratharos Mount. Mount. Can't speak. Traders of happiness. Not my finest moment, I'll admit. But now that we are here, let's do what we came to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kral, Alize, and I will speak with the merchants. Wuk I Lamat, you and Erenvel might try approaching travelers and passerbys. Andy, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn not aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. The dance of Intellector? I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right succession, I take it. Me, I don't care much who sits on the throne as long as they keep Torral peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I'd say. Oh, right, yes. You were asking about the Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading road, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our ledger, Tobel, could probably tell you more about it. Doop, ba-doo doo 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 doo. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard all about the right succession. They are looking to put new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoro or Ja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've been crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no support of Zorjal or his policies. Bitch! Oh, there, I'm a Mabuli. You have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prize alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you. And that stuff stinks. Perhaps a visiting buyer not so long ago. Toby, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving the proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Toby noticing. He knows everything that happens on his ranch. Ooh, there's a fate going on over there. There's like, so some of these new expansions get like fate specific trophies where it's like, oh, you know, complete this fate with the highest ranking. But it's like, I never even found these fates. Like, I think there's like one I've come across, but it's still like, yeah. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stock of blankets. And then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobir is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. This is a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I cannot let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobly? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? This is part of the contest. All I can say is that Tobly often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though among us could. Am I right? So if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. That's stupid. You're stupid. So it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Toby a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Toby. Let's ask some questions first to nail down the field. Great. We can meet back here to share our impressions. Well, I know you're not Toby. Well, obviously I'm not Toby. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You meant to find out for yourself who Toby is, or if I'm elector is even in the village, or even if an elector's in the village at all. Good luck. Ah, this is from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. You think I might be Toby? Well, maybe I am. All I will say is that, in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. Hi, Tobly. Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the right succession then? I highly doubt that's him. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So who do you think it is? I have my suspicion, but let's hear your pick.
I'll need to access your Spotify. I will not then.
The fuck, Siri? What the fuck? I had... Siri's so dumb. Well, I highly doubt it's the nonchalant ranch hand. That was the guy we had at the end there. I say the diligent one. Ah, the Wuk is still intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off of my serious ranch hand, so to speak. We know it's you, Tobly. To prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed it, I am indeed Tobly, head ledger of Watchin and Perlo, and head rancher of the family ranch. I'm also one of Golyaya's chosen electors. Aha, in a place featured in the Tullian saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust you in your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Tobly. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dunservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all. Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobly, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobly. That's part of the test.
So intimidating.
You're Tobly.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example! This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
I'd be like, fuck no.
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah! This little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Damn. I love the fact that my face is hidden.
Being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but beatable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Wuk Lamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
Boom. Ba-ba-ba-bum-ba-da-bum. I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff of me, just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Haha, I saw that look. The feet of gold. I'm literally getting every piece of equipment besides a fucking headgear. As Wuk Lamont helped demonstrate, the valley alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are clean merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Fighting the guild, that comes to around 1 million or so. Mayhap if we all pitch in. Oh no, it's my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money, somehow. In that case... that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. Ah! Yes, it's the, oh... is it like the golden millionaire? Is that what it's called? Where it's like you keep just trading something over and over again. That's a nice gesture. Do you think I can turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times over. You need 10,000 pel, not 1 million. So we're looking at 100 times over. Oh, right. I panicked and got confused with Alvinod's million gil. I'm not so sure about the trading idea. No one's talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate when you're right. Let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again, my blue. I work here as a ranch hand, and I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guide the claimants towards the first step to the feet, like you asked. As long as Wuk Lamont goes alone to capture alpacas, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, Third Promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, my blue. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices while so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with ranch work. With my blue gone, I'll need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly. Although, Andy, I think you should go with Wuk Lamont. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely have sage advice to share. Yeah. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing. But I'll leave the wool with Andy anyway. The better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try training the wool to Havel, the saddler. He won't agree to a deal, of course, but I'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. Ba-doo-doot. Ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do. Whoop-ba-ba-da-da. La-la-la-la. Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming cells to catch a wild alpaca. That's subtle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, there's promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? The my offer has changed. The sale is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because you mentioned that this person's a person of the higher echelon. Of course they're gonna offer something at higher prices. Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zorja will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring in more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wuk Lamat. The young ones, though, to them strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from those horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Yep, that's basically how it would be. It's like, oh yeah, it's like even though wars are a thing, they basically see themselves as the higher brass in terms of wars. Like, oh yeah, we won't be affected by the war. The only thing that will be affected will be our pockets, and it getting bigger or heavier. Still, others aren't satisfied with this with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that make trade swift and easy. Oh my god, let me move this thing, and I can't move it with one hand. There we go. I have to move the thing my mic was on. They have those like Havel, convinced that the first promise's plan for conquest will afford them opportunities of great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. I was raised on the old tales. I memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yorkyu ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the seller wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the onset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have a head of trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Toriol on the line. And neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's first exchange the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade a lot to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Yeah. Of course, the Weaver. Bolnok was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to that road where we first met him. Do 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 do. Oh, lordy. It's a spot. After Bolknold talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Itaro's Inn. Most visitors to Wuk end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Oh, it's down there somewhere. If I had something that I could sell, I did not. Can I have that basket, Andy? Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Bolknor, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? I promise you wish to do business with me. Might I ask what this is all about? I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace in Tural is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace when the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. Garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Bolnok. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, Thorn promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you quadrupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Andy remembered our Weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precipices of trading. One which you're distinctly mastered. You think so? I know so. Now, let's make our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Andy. You take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Erenville would never let me hear the end of it. Poor Wuk Lamat. All set. The next deal is waiting to be found. That's actually kind of cool. Success! You traded 100 pel basket of alpaca wool for a 500 pel wool poncho. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual urgent need for a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense. But how do we know if someone needs a poncho? It's a nice sturdy poncho, but the design is traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. So only those people with a practical need would be interested. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. Should we find the demand for our supply? So, where will we begin to search our prospect buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than staying right here in the inn. There might be interested travelers. Who needs a poncho? Without Muljaw, hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably lands guards or cell stewards. Muljaw, who soldier for a living, prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they had barred shoulders, Muljaw carrying arms can be struck off the list. Tell me, who among these gathered travelers do you think might be amenable to a proposal? So professional fighters like those of the Lands Guards would have little interest, though the same could be said of any thrall who prioritize ease of movements to their work. Well, I mean, currently he is wearing something, so... This one's already fully dressed. Nasan or Pella, perhaps. Come to rest after visiting Watch Le Po, like Bolg Nock would be my guess. That's the Lance Guard. Probably dropped by the inn to take a break between patrols. Let's see, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Hello there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. No, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm officially a toolmaker from Tuliola, and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show the Pelu I am a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho! This would be a perfect replacement for the coat I lost. I'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade. For one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? Crafted myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp and half well made. I value about 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. Fine garments such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the imponent owner of Milpu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate. I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I have met you. Well, I think we know where we're going next. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. The Mepul's mate gone and we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be the calm type, right? I love her so much. Excellent trade. Look at that fine hatchet. Success. You trade a 500 pel wool poncho for a 1,000 pel hatchet. That looks straight up like something that someone with botany would use. Which I need to go back to, like, you know, doing my field of the hand and land. Well done recognizing the toolmaker as a potential customer. If you have a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. Wah 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 wah. God damn it. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold on to this. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu was so kindly provided. Here to go. Let's mount up. And it's off to the Mayfields we go. Please don't spit. Please don't spit. It'll be fine. These ones are accustomed to people. I still don't trust them. You have an act for right no matter what you say. Thought our alpaca friends, we probably would never become traveling merchants. Kiss me and I can walk all the way across Tyrol. I swear that mountain's too tall to be real. Washo Zoma. Wasn't that the name? Foreboding sight, isn't it? One I've never appreciated up close. You have to take the long way around the cliffs to get there. To the highlands before the Yoke Hue. That's where the final battle will take place in this DLC. There's definitely going to be something that happens there. So Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work? No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. Ooh, I like that monster over there. Becoming peddler has always been a dream of mine. It's just, I'm not sure I have the talent for it. Oh, you're doing very well here. If I can help you buy the taming style, though, then it'd be a proof that I can do this after all. In that case, you'd best get ready to be a merchant. Look, we're almost there. Jeez, look at all that. That was an interesting flight. Whatever. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Cholco's Inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by a Dawn servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them. Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores. Grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. And here I am, the only one who wanted to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for yourself if you're prepared for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add that to Wuk Lamat's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise, and let's go get to bargaining. Wait, Lamat, I need to give you the hatchet. You have that little axe for me? Yeah, I guess it makes sense. These guys are probably botanists, so yeah. Thanks. Now, see what we can get for it. Show me, Blue, the owner of these fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have to offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of its exceptional tool will make light work of your chops. It's quality acceptable, I suppose. I'll offer you a large stack of mate leaves in exchange. Sack of mate leaves is valued 1 pel in 1,000 columns. Same price as the hatchet. The deal would bring us no closer than mezcal. If I may, Mistress Mipu, it's harvest season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I produce an ample batch of tools well in advance. Missed the window for demand. In that case, I'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Sure, that's worth a consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. These innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wuk Lamat. This is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but ourselves would be no better off in the transaction. How about this then? If we help you bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Konan's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the field. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. I have value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can let's see if you like Mablu. Andy and I have mate to gather. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Should I change into my botany class? Where's my I believe it's botanist is that one right there. There we go. And I see another one right there. Ah, they're all right here. Perfect. Let's grab this one. So I understood what she meant. It was like, 1 pel in the whatever columns. It's like, oh, she's basically saying that's 1,000 and such. So brought me some leaves then. Next up, we'll harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. Yeah, we brought our shares as well. Thank you for the promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet. I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of the highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate. Brought at the shop, one sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands columns. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutual agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Blue, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before. Even after the thing Tobley's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I need your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobley to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed at a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace and become Dawn's servant, and becoming Dawn's servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing. I won't be surprised if Toby held the same opinion, so talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. Aww. But first we have a style to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We've tried to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel. No, I think we're close enough now. I say you go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? I mean, we've been almost been doing that. That's what we've been almost doing every single time. Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition and for the throne is inspiring. Am I really on my own against Kona and Zorja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Wuk Lamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Excellent trade. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Erenville's point. Okay then. Next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. Oh shit, I just realized. Yeah, I definitely need to do something about when it comes to like my armor chest inventory. Because look at that. I mean, granted, to be fair, I can definitely get rid of a lot of this shit. I can definitely just sell some of these fishing lines. Do 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 do. I want to speak with a man by the name of Gobbly. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as the master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we can convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to the people here in the distillery, Andy, perhaps Wuk Lamat could do the same in the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. Me, I'm the chief from Turiol. I have to come here to buy Golb's mezcal, the finest in Tural, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. Take small sips. I want to be impolite, you understand? I still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less potent refreshments such as conversations. Else I might have to seriously reconsider our agreement. Or arrangement. Probably might be a deft-hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Whereas he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumped attire, though, he'll be laughed out of the sun's perch. There's not much I can say about Gobi, but I can't tell you what Gobi's been saying. The other day he was muttering about monsters prowling around Grave's Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Their presence has made it hard to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon some might agree, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightfully bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. So, what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. Seal's good sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobi is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slot behind the distillery. You go ahead and I'll bring Wuk Lamat. You have business with me, sir? Why don't we talk down below so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? Now, what's this about? Keep it brief if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal. Assuming you have any on hand, that is. An excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal. Just like that. Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, a hobo chief, is the same. Since not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. You're right. Absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hopian friend, but did not realize I myself was to blame. Must endeavor to have be a better host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Should we offer to call the monsters causing him trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeves until we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If a scale would be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes. I must admit I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity. If I could secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into a Vol Sonsa. It'd be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. But I look exactly like everyone else here. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Should something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid. We can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bol Nock, and his works are highly regarded in Tolion. Yes. As the support of Wuk Lamat and keen observer of palace policies, he will doubtlessly be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this goal and occasion. That's certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I would like to take full advantage, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. Now it's time to call monsters. Say, one of the monsters running mocking Agav Jaws. That's a problem we could have easily solved for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring cell sorts to clear them out. Factoring that saved expense and an introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Andy and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bol Nock. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wachanapello. Be safe. Do 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 do. Yeah, I don't know why I started the run when, well. That should be Avgav Jaws, just over there. This will go fast if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of the pest. Excuse me. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. Plus, let's give Mablu the stack of leaves so we can seal the deal. Dun, ba-da-da, dun, 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 dun. These monsters are no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Golby. Here are the mate leaves and a written introduction to Bull Knock, as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You have a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Aww. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Excellent trade. You trade 1,000, whatever. Even at the palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000 jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Can you imagine if you dropped it and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havel's place is not far. Just need to head across the plaza. That is it. This is it, the trade we've been working towards. Phew, still in one piece. Right, time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, saddler. We brought your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? We had nothing. Only a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Ah. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zorjal, cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is a fair one. I'll craft your saddle, Third Promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. The commission is ready. Catching a alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have another work that needs finishing. I can taste that smooth mezcal already. We did it! The saddle is ours! I love her so much. I did think we started with only a 100-pound basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you are going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that, Third Promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. Guys will be waiting. For a taming saddle. We won't tell you the price, though. I mean, I guess they said it was 1 pel in the in the 100,000 column or however they say it and all that stuff, but still. Do 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 do. You've acquired the saddle then? Yes, and thanks in no small part to my blue. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know. This is something I need to learn. I love her so much. Great sunken gods, I did it! He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting Wuk Lamat's touch. That is because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. No, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're only now noticing that? So Rajal, he's back. Oh my god. Having done exactly what he set out to do. That alpaca he brought. Is it just me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Wuk Lamat. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tural can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. Unite as one. The people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict. The wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join the founding of Toliol all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth they have basked in unbroken harmony. And behold, they regard war not as a tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. It is true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes an empire forged through the violence you propose. The rebellion ends it spawned, and the ruins it left behind. The Gaulian Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gol Jar Jar did not elevate to Amolyal, where I treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Toriel, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? Oh, I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise is complete. The feet of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. I present to you your much-deserved keystone. He's always been like that. Never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even with Koana. It's like we're not even family. I mean, you and Koana are adopted, which is nothing wrong with that, but that's probably how he sees it as. It's like he's an actual son of the current ruler, so... I'll ponder Zoroyal and his mysteries later. Right now I need to think about finishing the feet of gold. I have my saddle. I practice how to use it. So lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of Ornicana is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Wuk Lamat off on her hunt. I wonder if this will mean... I wonder if this will be me, like, controlling her at some point then. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, I can't fly yet. I was like, why am I not flying? I was like, oh, right, I don't have the things yet. Dun, 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 dun. I can do this. I know I can. Cheer on Wuk Lamat as she marshals her courage to attempt the harrowing task of catching wild alpaca.
Good luck there, Promise!
Promise?
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wuk Lamat is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking. And I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Calm down. It's okay. I trust her.
Wait.
And as a matter of fact, here she comes.
Do you hear that?
Yay!
They did it.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
so relieved that the promise came back to us safely. And the alpaca she tamed is a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feet of gold. Knowing the Pelu. Lamat still seems a bit unsteady on her feet. Highly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away fatigue like that? Like magic, though? Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time, and tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu was so wisely suggested, we shall set a slow pace for our exhausted third promise. Find the flame, find the flame, find the flame. Come back ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea then. Hukuman can't be that far behind. Do, 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 do. Oh, that tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you've become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat. What sounds they react to. They're adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kinda fond of them. Welcome back, third promise. Conscious of the feet of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking the Valley Alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it. Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoral Ja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Alpacas are born but once every few decades. They're elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured. Thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Gulal Yaya himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too. So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Toliola, in the time when the mountain giants, the Yokyu, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days, to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came the young Gual Yaya, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yokyu in stature, and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Gual Yaya showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Gual Yaya ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu from the Yokio's subjugation. He then turned an aspirating eye upon our riders and proposed we take on the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amenity between the clans. So it was that a few words from Gual Ya transferred us into a clan of undeterred merchants. I've never heard that bond Papa forged with the Pelu spoken of it in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Gual Ya sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up the highlands. Thus did he capture the golden alpaca. Both my brother and father caught the rarest of creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The fate required no more than that, Third Promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Meh. Nabu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anything's ordinary, it's me. Pew! Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made trades and brought joy to many people in the true Peperuia fashion. I surely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. And the alpaca just walks away. What if you accidentally put the keystone in the wrong thing? 5 more to go. You're well on your way, Third Promise. You've been lost without you, Malbu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might be seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Luke Lamat. Give me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Fuck you! Toby, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards lives filled with such happiness as I could provide. And never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Aww. Thank you, Tobli. What did I tell you, Mablu? There's one last thing I can help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yokyu. They once ruled over far more than just Urapaka and the Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yoktural and all its people. During that era, the Pelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scourged every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yokyo have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. To the mountaintop. Oh, crap. I have a question I've been meaning to ask, and since we finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Yes. Pieces just like it first became fashionable in New York Toro around 20 years ago. Since then, it became common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago? Right about the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn Sufferers implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Sure, there's more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller and many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much, thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, ma blue? Yee. Right then, that's 2 keystones down. I say we head back to Turiola and plan our next move. Damn, I can't believe I've been streaming for 2 hours already. Damn. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. Even brought the golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zorjal's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expeditionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Luke Lamont. Everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Mablu. You might be right. And there is the thing right there. Yes, even though the other siblings will probably go about it in such a different way than Wuk Lamont, but the way Wuk Lamont is going about it is she's actually building connections to all the people that are within the continent, within the country itself, which is something the ruler would love. Now, granted, yes, is that going to be... will that end up being a big factor into, like, what happens in the end? Probably. It all depends. Will Luke Lamont actually be the one to finish and find the City of Gold, or will his sibling or one of the other Dawn Sense do it? But because of the connection she made with the people, she'll come out on top. That's probably what's going to happen, which is A-okay in my book. I'm really loving this story. I don't know why people are complaining, like, oh, we're not the main focus. Bitch, we never, like, we were, yes, it made sense for all the other games, but with this expansion, it makes sense. We are a guest. We have nothing to do with this. We are straight up being adventurers. It feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales besides Zoralya and his shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me. Thank gods know you've all been so supportive. But I want to be strong, or wise like my brothers. To be a promise that people respect. Which is not likely to stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Jabliet's ties with us. The contest has hardly begun. Bum 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 bum. Before I get to level 92 before the end of this, which will be great. Look at us. The contest has barely begun and we already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. I can only hope. The success of others. Trying to find the flame, going to find the flame. We've now won keystones from both the Feat of Reeds and the Feat of Gold. Surely that means our approach to the contest was the right one. So it would seem. By continuing to retrace Gol Yarya's journey as presented in the saga, we should find the remaining electors in turn. Then let's visit the giants next. Like Kryl said, the fact that they were searching for the Golden City might mean they know something useful. The home of the Yorkio is in the upper reaches of Urpokapaka. Unless you're keen on scaling the cliffs, you'll have to take the long way around through Kazamauka. This route will take us closer to Moblin Village, which is another important location in the saga. Since we'll need all the keystones eventually, it makes sense to pay them a visit while we're passing through. So we can call on the Moblins first then. Let's head there right now. I'm afraid right now is going to be a problem. The flight of Wingos, the great stairs leading to the Moblin settlement, collapsed in the storm. What are we to do then? There is an alternative, but it requires preparation. Until it's ready, you could rest at the cabins or see more of the city, whatever you prefer. Just be sure, you'll accept any method of travel as long as it gets us to our destination. Of course, who do you take me for? And as your guide, I will see to the arrangements. Well, it seems we have some free time on our hands. Let's make the most of it. I need to get my axe repaired. I nicked the blade pretty badly when it took a swing at Bokolyaka. That reminds me, I never got around to introduce you to Ropley, did I? He's the man in charge of Wachu Maki, and a good person to know. Want to come along? No! Okay, yeah. Let's go then. Ready? The markets of Wachu Maki are in the east on the other side of the Bayside Bevy. Is now accompanying you? Yes. Bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. This is Auntie's Tacos, named for its owner here, the lovely Tisol. If you're after the best taco in Toriol, this place sits on top with Javaltre. You say that third promise, but you'll only ever eat old Brooke Evers food. Come by mine for a change. Sorry, Tisol. It's been a while, hasn't it? I'll stop for a bite once the contest is over. Bum, ba-dum. Oh my, third promise. How may I assist you this fine day? Well met, Rupley. I need to buff a nasty nick out of my axe blade. Yes, it's been shipped quite terribly. Trying to cleave rocks again, were we? Yeah, something like that. Think you can fix it? You're standing among Troll's most prestigious gathering of artisans and ask this question? 'Tis child's play. I'll have it repaired for you in 2 shakes of an alpaca's tail. Good to hear. I'll leave it in your capable hands. Who's your companion, if I may ask? This is Andy, a great adventurer I recruited from across the salt. I brought him here to meet you, actually. Thought he might have reason to visit watch you Meki sooner or later. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ropley, humble representative of this grand center of trade. A pleasure to meet you, Andy. Hello. You there. Stop dithering in the shadows and announce your business already. I've seen that man somewhere before. Was he on the ship with us? Oh yeah, he was. He looks slightly different. A jewelry maker you met on the voyage over. Oh, I remember. I spoke with him too. Fonjane Tyne? Yes, that was his name. You've been lording like a flighty admirer who can't pluck up the courage to confess his feelings. Out with it then. Why are you here? Yeah, nice to say. Yoink! We're no closer to solving that enigma. I wonder if he could use someone to talk to. I say we go and ask. Let me know by link pearl if you find him first. The fuck is a link pearl? Shut up, Siri. I didn't say anything to you. What the fuck? I should just disable that. There's some benefits to have it there, but it's more of a pain in the ass. I said nothing close to the name Siri. So it's like, what the fuck? And I find it so weird that, like, even sometimes when I do say it, I'll be like, hey Siri, and she said, like, look, she didn't activate at all. Granted, I wasn't going so loud, but at the same time, this was the same voice I was using, or this was the same volume of voice I was using when I said what she thought I said Siri, but now that I'm saying Siri in the same type of voice, she hasn't said a goddamn thing. Oy vey. Annoying. Disappointed. Motherfucker, where are you? Oh, there he is. Master Rupley. Wait, we met before, haven't we? On the ship? Found him. Good, I'll be right there. Ugh. Why'd you run off like that? Did you have business with Rapli or not? Please, you need to concern yourself with my affairs. I'm undeserving of such attention. Huh? What are you going on about? I beg of you, do not ask me to explain. Do not! Sorry, but the more you tell me not to, the more curious I become. Besides, you look like you need a friend. You're too kind. So be it. It's because to share you with a morsel of my misery. Before I came to Toriol, I worked as a goldsmith at the most prestigious jeweler maker in all of Uldal, Estamine's Aesthetics. I started off well enough, but as the days passed, everything began to go wrong. Compared to the masterpieces of my talented colleagues, my products were lacking. Mediocre! I lost all confidence. Crippling doubt had possessed me, and any veneer of bravado I tried to put forth soon cracked beneath its weight. Thus did I take ship, hoping to find a fresh beginning on new shores. And as you witness, I lacked the courage to even approach the potential employer. You stand before a man wallowing in the wreckage of ill-spent existence. I love the faces she makes. Alright then. You offered a morsel, then served us the full course. You must have really wanted someone to hear a story. If you like, I could try to give you a few words of advice. Then, you have experience with my predicament? I feel terribly inadequate compared to your undeniably superior peers? Well, when you put it that way, yes. Not me. I'm Wuk Lamat, third promise of Toriola. Daughter of the Dawn Servant. Oh, of course you're a member of the royal family. Please forgive my presumptuousness. What of you? Have you ever measured your work against that of your colleagues and found yourself wanting? Yes. Can't measure your worth by the success of... Yeah, I can't measure your worth by the success of others. God damn right. How can I not? Should my work not meet the same exacting standards, no new commissions will be forthcoming. What then was the point of my becoming a goldsmith? Looking back, 'twas my father who inspired me to take up this trade. His exquisite creations brought radiant smiles to the faces of his clients, and I admired him deeply for it. But in the course of striving to be as great a goldsmith as him, I lost sight of my original motivation. All I ever wanted was to spread joy through my craft as he did. Perhaps I'll give this one last try. Thank you both for reminding me of what is truly important. What is truly important? Oh, sorry, Andy. Didn't mean to ignore you. But yes, I'm glad to see Vorgentine is giving himself another chance. For all of Turali. I can't help but wonder if Fortune Tully... Can't help but wonder if Fortune Tully will follow through. Let's see if he's actually gone to talk with Rapoli. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. It's kind of you to come. But you need to worry. I found my courage. Well, I mean, she left her axe here, so we did have to come. Pray accept my apologies for my earlier behavior. My name is Fortuntine, and I'm a goldsmith from Old Doll in faraway Erosia. I realize this is a bold request, but I should like to continue practicing my trade here and watch you meki, if you will have me. I ask only for the opportunity to bring happiness to others with my creations. No. Well, that's what it's all about. We were looking for work. Consider yourself hired. Watch you Meki is always in need of skilled craftsmen and women. I'll have the necessary paperwork. Can you start tomorrow? Yes, of course. I must thank you both for your sage and timely advice. I don't know that I was all that helpful. But you were. Had you not come to speak with me, I would not have had the moment of much needed self-reflection. Ow. Feels interesting. Your arrangements have been made. Come and meet me at the entrance of High Tide Harbor. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you have my ass? My ass? Do you have my axe ready, Rupley? Ready and waiting. Behold the sublime touch of the Wachi Meki artisan. I almost feel like that's very close to whatchamacallit in a way. Oh, it's as sharp and deadly as the first day I held it. Thank you. I love her axe. Well, good luck to you, Fonjantine. Let me know if that doubt creeps back in. I'd be happy to talk you out of it. As for us, we should head to the harbor. We want to keep Aaronville waiting. Maybe it's... I'm curious if it's actually something they explained. But, you know, it's been so long since I've, you know... Since that part came up about the whole link pearls. How the fuck do they know if they're connecting to the right people? And then it's like... I was like, well, they just connect all of them. But it's like, but what if people who don't want to talk to them are talking to them? Enough of the secrecy. What's this big plan of yours? Go by boat. Look there. That's my big plan. What is that? It's a puntine tea. She'll be pulling our boat upriver. How do we know she won't thrash about and sink us instead? They're gentle and timid creatures, for the most part. She's unlikely to cause a fuss unless you give her reason to. First our pack is now punities. You're relying a lot on animals for this journey. We should be thankful we have an animal expert as our guide then. Yeah! But did it have to be my old nemesis? Another boat. Well, I took you for someone who was up for the challenge. Was I wrong? Long ago, when fighting still raged between the clans, the inhabitants of Kazumauka rowed these riverboats to move swiftly through hostile territory. But the vessel see little use of the trawl now at peace, so I was able to borrow one for the few which remain. I did consider it dirigible, but pilots warned me that the updrafts near the falls would make landing difficult. You said you borrowed one. But there appears to be several in the water. Ah. Kohan! Ah. Lamat. Traveling up the river, I presume? Seems that way. Does mean you've earned 2 keystones already. Can't believe how well you've managed despite undertaking the contest alone. I was never alone. I've had my own entourage with me since the beginning. Ah ha ha! My friends, it's been, well, not that long. Tancred, Orionja, what are you doing here? That's growing up promise, the same as you. I've heard much of the incomparable Archons during my time at the Studium. As soon as the contest was confirmed, I thought who better to recruit to my cause. I contacted the Scarium, who arranged the introduction of these 2 gentlemen. The second promise has specific requirements. They who would be his assistants would boast both proven survival skills and mastery of the arcane arts. Thus did Tancred and I receive the summons. My own studies concurred on technology which other people could readily use, such as innovations born of magic and clever engineering. Where magic was concerned, I covered only the foundation. You 2, I expect you had other reasons for accepting the job. A few. The nation of Toyol spans the entire continent. Depending on who wins the throne, the world may be plunged into instability once more. Ever have we striven to preserve peace? Where is our place if not here and now? We did our due diligence, of course, and made sure of who we were working with before agreeing to this endeavor. He's even more occupant than Orionja at times, but surprisingly... That's quite enough of that. We must be on our way. He's just a silly little guy, isn't he? Wait, I have one question for you, Viv. Kona and Wuk Lamat are vying for the throne. As Kona's entourage, does that mean you've resolved to defeat all opponents, including us? Hells yeah! We just want to do all in our power to win the contest for Kohana, even if it means competing against our own comrades. We intend to hold nothing back and expect you to do the same. And we won't disappoint you. Hells yeah. I thought you were taking a boat. If ever you have been forced to travel on water, then the others will be doing the same. I'd rather walk than risk confrontation on a leaky barge with no possibility of retreat. It's true that I can't stand boats. But I trust the route Erenvale has chosen for us. Ah. Leave the handling of the impunity to me. Should our other wildlife attack us, however, I may have difficulty keeping her under control. Do your best to draw them away, as far from the front of the boat as possible. Hell yeah! And we shall remain on deck and thank God. Although it may be wise to have at least one of us sit up front with Erenvale just in case. I like to stay on deck, and eager to put my Pictomancer to the proof. And I'll take any chance to show you that I can hold my own on the battlefield. And Cryo will stand guard with Ande. I'll need a healer and another DPS. I'll keep Erenvale company then. With my blade, I can respond more quickly to threats than Alphanone. Thank you. If a fight breaks out, I'll try to stay out of their way. Then I shall endeavor to provide aid wherever it is needed. I can do that as well. I should cover most eventualities. Secure gear and board the boat when you're ready. Our first dungeon, guys! Let the hunt begin. I like going with other players, you know? Yeah, this is the first time we're hearing the new music. Oh, fuck. Whoops. There we go. Thanks, Bankred. What? What in the fuck? You know what? I should just start off with doing it with actual NPCs and not people. Because don't get me wrong, I love doing it with people, but like for these early ones, whoops, wrong thing. God damn it. For these early ones, they really expect you to just do everything. Like, they want you to act like, oh, you've done this one a million times, or just treat it like you treat all the other ones. Like, I don't want to treat it like all the other ones. These are new ones. I need to learn. I want to look through everything. Buttons there. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, hello. Ooh, I got that new skill now. We'll be able to test it out. Not into me, but that's fine. What the fuck is that? That's our boss, huh? Okay. Why does that look like Ultima weapon? do that. Fuck. Oh, damn it. Oh, we did it. Kind of rough. Not the cleanest, but we did it.
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
Well, they already fixed it.
Everyone all right?
Up to you. Those caravans you traversed were done by the Yokyo in the search for gold. Evidence of their excavations can be found throughout the settlement. I appreciate the lesson, oh wise guide. Are we landing this boat anytime soon? I feel like this should have been a spoken scene. Our river journey is almost over. For proof of that, you need only to look ahead. Enough from a distance. It's almost too much now here. It's amazing. Now please let me off. No. No more boats. Are you... Oh, you're not alright. I shall be surprised if she was. Even without the nausea, we're all spent. There is a mountain shelter nearby. A resting spot for those who have ascended the stairs. I suggest we make use of it. That would be a welcome respite. I've used the strength for a short walk, Wuk Lamat. We can rest along the way, too. Damn it all. The promise is meant to lead from the front, not meow and moan like a sick kitten. Wuk Lamat. Ignore me. It's the nausea talking. I'm fine, really. Lead on, I'll follow. Very well, but if I might say one thing. Just because you're a promisor or claimant of the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen to struggle. You needn't bear this burden alone, so please don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend an ear. But, Kryl, you know, one on others is something, whatever that option was. You as well, Andy. I've always believed this is my problem alone, but perhaps you have the right of it. Alright, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. Of course, as long as you need. We'll be waiting at the shelter when you're ready. I've long felt that I could never tell anyone when I was confused or hurting. That admitting into weakness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're willing to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Come on, let's catch up to the others. All for Tyrol. Well, I won't say we're necessarily close to level 93, but we're a little decently close to level 93. Oh, no, you don't, you little bat. Oh, okay, fine. Fine, you don't want to fight me anymore? That's fine then. Bitch. We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our pushing river adventure. Let's settle in. We'll need to cook fire, and there's meals preparations to be done.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding, but the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
Can't measure your worth by the success of others.
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find a city of gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuk Lamat. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Aw, there we go. Meanwhile, in the second Promises camp.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuk Lamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Oh, Thancred.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamat has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Baldessian. And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I've any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Meanwhile, with the first promise,
your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn's servant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention, when I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
else earlier with Boko Jaya.
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be a shame to lose a plaything, but we'd still have two more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that?
Yeah, he literally has
we
no
care
vision.
Only about the contest and proving our superiority. That would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
He's gonna kill him.
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet, somehow I made it.
Yeah, you're dead, dude.
Oh, my arms. I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
Interesting. Oh, that's a headpiece. Okay, so head and a ring. Well, you never know which ring they'll... Yeah, at least you can see my face a little bit now. I mean, it's still obscured, but hey. Being able to say those things has brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted off my chest, and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better. Will be better. For myself and for my people. We now enter with a party of NPC avatars to make use of the feature Open Trust. Yeah. Alright, let's do this mission and then we'll call it. The Moblin settlement of Earthshrine is not far from here, but be warned, the road we'll be taking is a favored hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travelers, meaning the brigades will be desperate for victims to ambush. Though, considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road. What have Zoria and the land guards been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. This is the one I want. Actually, let's do Rising Phoenix. So this is also one that I got from the 16 collaboration that they had. Well, where are these bandits? And they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthenshine is just a little further ahead, on the opposite bank of Mayakapek Zoma, but let's remain vigilant all the same. Oh, there's literally one right there. soon to find the flame. Let's go. Find the flame and find the flame. Find the flame. Ooh, that's a big chameleon. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon. He come and go. He come and go. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon. He come and go. He come and go. The flame. The flame. Fine. The flame. What's up? This is it. The village where the lay of parts from the Tullion saga took place. Ironshire, Eldershire. Might be the similarity of the culture and inclination, I wonder. The settlement themselves can be more different though. This shrine appears custom built to resemble pots, while the others are a purpose town. Cool. Welcome to Earthshine. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third prom center to Retrenar? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Sylvan Selector, if you happen to know who that is. You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Retrenar is the elector you seek. Oh, that's helpful. We can get straight to the performing the feat. As much as Record would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands of the past ones were injured. This is no time for feast of metal test. I'm sorry to hear that. After learning the storm did to the stairs, I fear to be caught in the path. Not to change the subject, but what are the pots worn? Goldsmith constructed to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these pot swarms with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on procuring what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Tural. This is unacceptable. I was promised no destructions. If this is the best they can offer, I should have never left Meki. You see, the pots won't detest us. Enough healthy help hands. We are failing to uphold our side of the pot pack. Should all of our pots sworn leave, Earthshrine will grind to a halt. We have to do something and do it soon. Then let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village. And if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obliged to join in. Take a rest while you can. I could use a nap. No, of course I'll help. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure if I could do this on my own. We'll all help. Doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. We'll take every help hand we can get. Red Court trusts that once the pots won have their perfect workshop again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Rock Korok. You other four follow Red Rock. There are other help hands in need of hand help lending. Trying to find the blame. I really appreciate you pitching in. meant what I said at my fires. Many fires. There'll be no more feigning strength. No more playing with being an invincible promise. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Now, let's find this rock fellow and see what we can do for him. Hoping to find the flame, find the flame, the flame, find the flame, the flame, the flame. The hawk. Rock can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pack is broken and the pots are emptying. You've come to aid, Rock. Rock accepts your help, your hand leaned in with joyous feel smiles. If we can offer the pots one that promised God living, we might save the day yet. Whatever you need. Alrighty. Alright guys, that is gonna do it for this stream of Final Fantasy XIV. I think I mentioned this during the Elden Ring stream, but this definitely has given me like wanting to go back and, you know, going back to, you know, the games and just going around just doing stuff all over again, you know. It's really awesome and I like it and I want to, you know, keep playing it. And even like with stuff that I'm not doing, you know, like I just want to, like, basically I am going to probably do some more duties off screen. And I'll probably just go around doing some of my other classes as well, because this game's fun and I like playing it. So yeah, now doing some duty finders. Doing what they need for me for all of this stuff. It kind of sucks that I'm not getting the special stuff yet, but that's because I haven't unlocked it yet, which makes sense. So, but it's still good and very fun. But anyway, guys, thank you all again for watching this. Whether, again, you watch it live or streamed here on YouTube, I will be back on Thursday with some Elden Ring, and I'll be back on Saturday with some more Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail. Until then, guys, take care. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you guys on Thursday with some more Elden Ring. Bye-bye.